Well, can you guys explain the no snitching thing? Because I obviously everyone's been told not to tattletale, but then like this thing is happening with this rapper right now with Snoop Dogg like getting mad. Like this rapper had a whole like 40 years of possible prison time, and now he's gonna get probation for ratting, and everyone. To me, if I was gonna go to jail, it'd be like, yeah, maybe I can see where tattling is like, okay, I'm not gonna go to jail now, but is it something different? Like, how can people take it so seriously?
It's a culture thing in the neighborhood. When no snitching is, don't nobody really want to live under that. They think they do, but you actually don't. And those days are over. That's when men were men, though. That's when the streets took care of itself and things would come around. I don't think that there's been a actual no snitching situation. Shoot, man, since before Kobe Bryant. Like Kobe Bryant snitched on Shaq. Al Sharpton was a fed, telling on people. It's out, man. All sorts of. I think everybody snitch nowadays.
Whitey Bulger was a snitch, right?
Whitey Bulger was a huge snitch. Like was a huge snitch for years. Like for the feds. So man, I don't. That's something. I don't know, man.
Here's what my take on it is. I got two takes on this. I was raised in a house that you weren't allowed to say nothing. My mother exposed me to everything at an early age. I knew what my mother did. I knew what the numbers were. I knew what drugs were. I was exposed at an early age. Like my first raid, I was 5 when they raided my mother's house on 89th Street. So at that age, my mother would already tell me in Spanish, cállate la boca, no digas nada.
Shut your mouth.
No digas nada. Shut your mouth. So as I remember still being like 8 and being on 205 West 88th Street, and a beat cop came up to me and told me to scrub something off the floor. And I told him, why would I scrub it off if I didn't do it? We got into like a very mild conversation. And my stepfather had already married my mother. And he would talk to me. And I remember him walking towards me. And he looked at me in Spanish. He said, no digas nada tipo. Don't say nothing to him. So I was always raised to keep my fucking mouth shut. I came from a neighborhood where I played at my godmother's house, you couldn't be a snitch. And then when I moved to Jersey, you couldn't be a snitch. When you get arrested, the first thing you do is to keep your mouth shut. Right. You don't know nothing. Now, I was in a situation where I was facing jail time. They came to me and asked me to make buys or whatever. Listen, I'd rather fucking stab myself in my heart. I could never, ever, ever do that. Now, there's something else. Okay, if you're asking me about snitching, right. I'm not a snitch. I don't know nothing. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. If you're involved, you do your time and you keep your mouth shut. It's not what people think. It's what you know. Character is what fucking, don't let my character ruin my destiny. And character is what you do when nobody else is around. Right. That's why you don't snitch. Now, if I'm a big volume drug dealer, if I make $500,000 a year on coke, $500,000 a year on gambling, $500,000 a year on hot stuff, $500,000 a year on construction, everybody is always trying to shoot you down. So, number one, for you to get ahead and to get up in that level, you have some dirty cops. I was a punk drug dealer, and I had dirty cops. I had a cop that would give me all the guns he confiscated for coke. So any hot gun, I'd tell him, any hot gun, get 200 cash. I was just shipping them back east. I remember still this guy coming to my house at 2 a.m. on duty with his jaw going from side to side, his eyes spinning in his head, and asking me for a gram of coke. Now, when you're in that position there, when you're in the $1 million game, okay, there's going to be times like Michael Dowd. Like Michael Dowd told me a story one time. I told him I was going to go on Bo Dito's podcast, which I still owe an appearance on. And he goes, don't say nothing to Bo that you know me, because one time Bo and his crew were about to arrest somebody. And we saw the paperwork, and we went over there and robbed the guy's drugs. Uh-huh. So when Bo got over there with the rest of the cops, all the drugs were gone. And Bo knew it was us. Okay, when you're making $500,000 a year from drugs, the last thing you need is Ali Siddiq setting shop over there at that funeral parlor. especially if I'm right here. I need Ali to get with his fucking friends, jumping up and down with rap music and fucking cars at night, and we're trying to sell $1 million here. I got a cop in my pocket. I'll tell him to go over and talk to Ali. Go bust Ali, shut him down over there because he's making a racket towards my business. Mm-hmm. That's part of business.
Okay.
That's not called a rap.
That's not snitching.
That's part of business. That's part of business. Ali's got a sister. And I went to a club one night and I called her a fucking cunt or whatever. Ali knows me. Ali knows me. We're friends. He knows I'm a drug dealer. He don't want no problems with me, whatever. You know what? He might just, by mistake, put an ounce of coke in my car and make me get pulled over. Okay. That's not a rap. That's part of doing street. That's street business. That's street business. That's part of
colonial damage.
That's part of getting mixed up in the fucking game. If you're a drug dealer and you have any clout or a numbers operator or anything, you have a cop on your payroll. You have a couple cops on their payroll, and they have ears. And they'll come to you and say, listen, we just busted this dude, Ali, and he's down there ratting. Like, cops work like that, too. So I already know. So I'll call the king of the fucking brothers and go, hey, if you got something going on with Ali, disconnect. Because he's in there ratting. Now I just won myself a favor with the brothers.
Right.
Now I just won myself a favor with the brothers because Ali's running with the brothers over on 88th Street. Now I go over there and tell him, hey, Ali ratted. How do you know? Because he's in there singing the blues. Who's Copernicus? Me. How do you know who I tell you that fucking Ali was ratting on Copernicus. Now they owe me a solid.
Gotcha.
So it's all on the street. It's all about solids.
So is it more of, it's not that you're ratting, it's that you're dealing with the cops?
Yes, it's that you've made them a partner.
Got it.
And now they're your partner. 10 Planet Kush, it drains the lactic motherfucking acid. People won't cop to it. The health specialists say, no, that doesn't happen, Joey. Yes, it fucking does. I got friends in Harvard, bitch. I'm like Garth Brooks. I got friends in high places, motherfuckers.